What if the reason that you can't stay consistent with your fitness and your nutrition isn't actually discipline? It's the systems that you're using. Jeff, he used to think that he just had to work harder and have more discipline. He'd meal prep, he'd start to work out for a few weeks and actually start to see some really good progress, but then life would get busy and it would all get thrown off track. If that sounds familiar, then you're gonna wanna stick around for this interview. Jeff and I talk about how switching to a simpler, smarter system, both for his fitness and for his nutrition, completely changed the game for him. So let's go ahead, let's dive into that interview. Jeff is one of my one-on-one fitness nutrition clients. And Jeff, I'd love, can you just give people a little bit of background, who you are, what you do, and yeah, just a little bit about you.
Sure. I'm Jeff Trelka. I'm a finance executive. So I'm quite a busy schedule at work. I travel quite a bit, probably travel about up to 20% of the time.
Yeah.
And at home, I'm busy. I'm married. I have 5 kids. So between work and home life, things can get very hectic and busy. So that's why I reached out to Jeremy for help.
Yeah, Jeff and I have worked together on and off over the last almost a year and a half now. We worked together for 6 months, and we ended up reconvening here for a little bit of time as well. If you can think back, Jeff, before we started working out together, what were your biggest challenges? What were the biggest problems for you to get to not only your weight loss goals, but some of the energy goals that you had as well?
Yeah, and my biggest challenge was uh, just continuing to follow through. I would go in short spurts where I would meal prep and probably try too hard to eat too perfectly and
Yep.
then work out. And then I would get busy and I would get off track. And it was just really hard to stay on track and to be consistent. Really, to be honest, consistency was my number one enemy. I'd get busy and it was really easy to eat fast junk food and get off track nutrition wise or hit the snooze too many times in the morning and not go in. So I think it's just a combination of just I was always going, okay, yeah, next week I'm gonna get back on track. I would,
Yeah.
and then 2 months later I was back in the same boat.
Yeah. Yeah. You have been about as consistent as you can be, both fitness and nutrition, but
Yeah.
particularly in fitness. And you mentioned that was something that historically you've struggled with. What do you think's been the difference maker for you to be so consistent with your nutrition over the last year and a half?
You really helped. Well, you helped me understand it better. I thought I knew more than I did.
Sure.
A couple of things is a you made it easy for me and gave me lots of great suggestions on fast things to do where I didn't need to meal prep. I still do a little bit, not
Yeah.
nearly as much as I still do, but I don't do as much, and I'm able to still eat well.
Yeah.
Lots of good healthy snacks, convenient snacks, but also has really made me think more about how I use food, using carbs more for energy and the
Yeah.
time of the day, and how I what I eat and when I eat it.
Yeah.
And also help me rebound. So really, you've given me lots of. I think that you made it easy for me.
Yeah.
Um, and actually, I struggled lots of times, or this hunger, and you helped me find ways to still meet my goals while getting rid of those hunger, late afternoon where I really want to
Yeah.
grab a snack. So,
Yeah. Jeff, would you mind sharing a little bit about one of the wins you had over this past summer where you and I were working together with you going on vacation,
yeah,
a long trip?
yep,
And yeah, would you mind sharing a little bit about that? I think this is a great story.
yeah. Because we worked together last year. I lost quite a bit of weight and got in
Yep.
better shape. And then we stopped, and then I again fell off track again. And so we
Yep.
reconnected with May time frame, and
Yep.
I was gearing up for a late July trip, and I made a lot of great progress from May to July. I mean, I went pretty gung ho. I mean, I was really regimented in my nutrition, hitting the gym at least 4 days a week, and trying to get extra steps. And you helped me with just simple stuff, trying to get 10,000 steps a day.
Yep.
I made great progress. And the day before I left my trip, I'd hit my one of my goals, and I was gone for 2 weeks in Europe. I had great plans and working out on my trip and eating, making sure I ate really well. To be honest,
Yep.
those plans I didn't work out at all. And I mean, looking back, I probably didn't as bad as I thought I did, but I didn't hold back. I enjoyed
Yep.
myself on vacation. And when I got back from my trip, I was a little nervous to step on the scale, and I was exactly flat from the day before I left. It was awesome. And so I probably didn't eat as bad as I thought. I think I probably
Yep.
still kept some of those good habits I kept while still splurging on the nice desserts and nice glasses of wine in Europe. So
Yep.
I was thrilled with the results of that.
Good, good. I love that story. And one of the things that you and I have worked really closely together on has been using carb cycling. and adjusting the types of carbs and when we're eating and the certain days. Can you share a little bit about that experience and how that has
Yep.
been with you, specifically knowing that you've got 5 kids at home, right? You've
Yep.
got long hours, you travel frequently. How were you able to maintain that? And yeah, I would just love to hear a little bit of your experience, specifically on around the carb cycling.
Yeah, the cycling's been interesting and actually really successful for me. It took me a little bit to get into the habit to do it the right way. Right
Yep.
away that the hunger, the hunger pain started. The first couple of days when I wasn't doing it probably right. But no, the carb cycling. When I'm at work, I find myself I can stay in routine.
Yep.
I can plan for it. You gave me some great easy snacks and ideas. I'm a little bit repetitive, eating the same things. I'm okay with that. The carb cycling. And I found when I travel, I would make sure I brought stuff with me, whether it was protein bars or protein shakes or what. I did the best I could, but not knowing I'm not gonna be perfect on the low carb day, but I can do a lower carb day.
Yep.
Or if I had a day where they bring in sandwiches for lunch and I've got a big sub and I eat a lot of bread, I go, well, the next day I'll make up for it. It's usually helped me to kind of plan for those days where I get off track. And I try to do my best to keep, okay, if I get off track for lunch, I went to dinner, I would try to correct and eat better, or vice
Yep.
versa. So yeah, really the carb cycling though has been a good way for me to plan around parties or weddings where I know I'm going to indulge more.
Absolutely.
Get right for my vacation as well. I did a little bit heavier beforehand, not a lot. It just really helped me think of how to use that better.
Yep.
And I've also, I guess, I've played with the energy levels of.
Yep.
And for the first couple cycles of carb cycles, my workouts, I was really low energy after I was
Yep.
low carb for a day or two, and I really find I've been able to level that out and just even on a low carb day, throwing in an extra piece of fruit or something.
Yep.
It's crazy how always heard that carbs fuel your body, give you energy. I never really felt the effects and really seen that until I started the carb cycling. Like,
Yep.
wow, that one banana can really make a difference.
Yeah, it's been so cool to see and to be able to work with you on this. Is that we've ran into plateaus, and that's totally normal. Whenever we're looking to build muscle, lose body fat, get into shape, we're going to hit plateaus. And you and I ran into one of those plateaus. And by implementing that carb cycling, we were able to break through that relatively quickly and actually learn more about how your body handles carbohydrates and now continue to use that to your advantage and be able to go on vacation and know that, hey, I can be gone for a little bit, enjoy the bread, enjoy the adult beverages a little bit more than you normally would, and come back and all is well.
Yeah.
Jeff, I guess my last question is, what do you think has moved the needle the most in our time together?
I think it's the combination of two things. What probably the biggest thing is you made it easy for me.
Sure.
I absolutely love the app where you mapped out my exercise routines because I
Yep.
wasn't really good at journaling and having a notebook and keeping track of what I
Yeah.
did and what weights I used. So the app made it so easy. And also, like I said before, the nutrition.
Yeah.
You draft out sample meal plans for a day at a high level and gave me lots of good ideas and a lot of off the shelf quick stuff I could grab, stock up in my pantry. So I always had those healthier snacks, healthier meal options available,
Yep.
so that when I was craving something later in the day or was running somewhere quick, I had something healthier I could grab on the go rather than just grabbing something else that wasn't as healthy. So those are
Yeah.
probably the two biggest things. Well, I'm sorry, making it easy, and another big thing is just the accountability. I knew I had to check in with you every week, and I'm probably a pleaser, so I want to make sure I was showing progress. It's almost a
Yep.
challenge. So just the accountability helped keep me on track as well.
Yeah. All right, Jeff. So, the mentorship aspect and the thought process is very prevalent in the business world and in so many other areas of life. But in my experience, not many people have thought of mentorship when it comes to fitness and nutrition. If there was someone that was looking into this type of more of the concierge, more hands-on style mentorship approach, what would you say to that person if they were looking into it?
Yeah, I would highly recommend it. Like I said before, you make things very easy and in a very laid back conversational, weekly
Yep.
conversations. Just by laying out the meal plan, giving very specific plans, and suggesting to buy this brand of protein bar, this brand of
Yeah.
yogurt. Sure, it made it easy, and I could quickly, you even told me what stores it was at, so
Yeah.
it was a really good, and I could ask you questions. If I couldn't find something, you would
Yep.
send me a link on Amazon. So I mean, it just making it easy. Like I said, I thought I knew more about nutrition than I really did,
Yeah.
and you were able. I would say something, and you'd give me more detail, or you'd look something up and get back to me.
Yeah.
So no, I really appreciate the approach. I really recommend anyone who's looking to do is to reach out, because you do make it quite easy to get on the right track and do the right thing.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you sharing a little bit about your experience. You've seen some amazing results, truly a body transformation during our time working together. So thanks for taking some time out of your day.